Habs fans, who are the four face of the Montreal Canadiens franchise? And that's it. Today is my final four-part of the video series for the best player for the Montreal Canadiens. After I release my top 20 best player for the Montreal, my 5 best goaltender for Montreal, my best 5 head coach for Montreal, I follow up with my top 10 best player for the quarter of the century. And finally, yesterday, I released my top 20 favorite players play for the Montreal Canadiens between 1975 to 2025. And today, I'm doing 2 Mount Rushmore of the Montreal Canadiens, and the first one is going to be on the quarter of the century. My first players is Saku Koivu, 13 years with the Montreal Canadiens, captain of the Montreal for many years. Koivu played over 900 games with the Montreal and has over 600 points with 450 assists. His behavior on ice and off ice was one of the reasons I select him for one of my top 4 players of the Mount Rushmore for the quarter of the century. My second player is Subban. 7 years for the Montreal Canadiens. It's not about his stat, it's about what he brings on the ice for the Montreal Canadiens. Really great player during the playoff. Remember, all his game he played against the Boston Bruins, he was on his best on the ice against the Boston Bruins every year. Winner of the Norris Trophy with the Montreal Canadiens. Subban, he was more recognized for his performance off ice and on ice. But for me, he was the player who was the most excited between 2000 to 2025. Some of you said Kovalev, but Subban, every time was touch the puck, everyone was looking to see what could happen with Subban. My other player is Andrei Markov, 16 years with the Montreal Canadiens, 990 games. Obviously, 2 major injuries set back the career of Markov. On my point of view, Markov is maybe one of the top best defensemen as a quarterback and power play. His spectacular passing left and right was amazing for me. And that's the reason Markov is one of my 4 players on my Mount Rushmore of the quarter century. And my last players have to go with Carey Price. Price, 15 years with the Montreal Canadiens. Price with the most game play as a goaltender with the Habs. And finally, he has with the most W win with the Montreal Canadiens. But for me, Carey Price was excellent between the pipe. And they are my Mount Rushmore of the quarter century for the Montreal Canadiens. Carey Price, Andrei Markov, Subban, and of course, Saku Koivu. Let's move on for my Mount Rushmore of the Montreal Canadiens franchise. And my first player is Larry Robinson. Robinson, 17 years with the Montreal Canadiens, 1,202 games with the Habs. One of the best defensemen played with the Montreal Canadiens, in my opinion. I know some of you said maybe Doug Harvey, but for me, Robinson, it was the best. Robinson won the Norris Trophy as a defenseman 2 times. Winner of the 6th time of the Stanley Cup. Robinson was an excellent defenseman with the Montreal Canadiens. My other players is Maurice Rocket Rishaw. 18 years with the Montreal Canadiens. Rishaw was an icon for many years in the 50s and 60s. Rishaw is the first player in NHL to score 50 goals one regular season. Rishaw, by his determination, his passion for the game, the way he expressed his body during the game, he was the favorite player for many years for the Montreal Canadiens fans. And we know the suspension of Maurice Richard of the NHL, Clarence Campbell in 1955. Maurice Richard won the Stanley Cup 8 times with the Montreal Canadiens. We know his brother, the number 1 player in NHL, won the most Stanley Cup with 11. And finally, to complete my Mount Rushmore have to go with Jean Béliveau. 20 years with the Montreal Canadiens. Played over 1,100 games. Did over 1,200 points with over 500 goals with the Montreal Canadiens. Béliveau, winner of the 10th time of the Stanley Cup. Béliveau won the Hart Trophy and the Ross Trophy. For me, it was the elegant best player in NHL. The way he was skating. Not fast, not slow. The giant Béliveau, 6'3", carrying the puck with nobody can touch him. Sick and clean, it was amazing. His playmaking, it was extraordinary. And for me, the best thing about Béliveau was not only on the ice, but what he did after that as an employee for the Montreal Canadiens for many years. He was the most classy human being you can meet in your life. Jean Béliveau represents everything you want to have inside of your locker room. That's what you got today, my Mount Rushmore of the Montreal Canadiens franchise. Now is your turn to tell me, are you agree or do you have any other players over my selection today? Sharing this below the video. And of course, this completes my series of the best top player for the Montreal Canadiens. And finally, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe, become a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Until the next time, remember, you have greatness inside of you.